Hey there, good morning. This is Raj here. Hi, Inf, and hi, Hard Cloud. Thanks for joining me. You always give me company. This morning, US stock index futures rose, and this was basically due to the strong quarterly report from TSMC. And their robust earnings and higher year-end guidance fueled yet another rally in chip and AI-related stocks. I'm really regretting having held FNGD for too long. This is continuing the momentum from the earlier actions in the week where AMD was involved with OpenAI and so on and so forth. So things are keeping on boosting it up. And US listed TSMC shares have climbed over 2% in pre-market trading. And this means NVIDIA, Micron, and Broadcom also posted gains with renewed optimism surrounding artificial intelligence and data center investments supporting the sector. AI and data centers dominate focus. A landmark of $40 billion deal was signed, which involved BlackRock and an NVIDIA-backed consortium, acquiring a network of data centers critical for upcoming AI infrastructure expansion. It begs the question, how much data infrastructure do we need? How much AI infrastructure do we need? And when does it become too much and then becomes worthless, right? Now, this deal and strong quarterly reports from ASML and other chip makers have made technology the week's top performing sector. Don't forget the financials, they had also come up with great results. And this has contributed to the market's cautious optimism despite external risks that we keep on talking about. Now, positive signals from AI and chip companies are helping investors look past lingering concerns about ongoing government shutdown, escalating US-China trade tensions, and the geopolitical situation. Most indices closed higher yesterday. The S&P 500 was up 0.4%, NASDAQ up 0.7%, while the Dow finished just slightly lower by less than 0.1%. Now, I am looking at gold. Gold continues to keep on going up. It's very interesting. There is a good section of the market which does not buy all this hype and which is putting its trust in gold. Oil also bounced back from a 5-month low after President Trump revealed India will halt purchases of Russian barrels, potentially tightening global supply. And I'm wondering how long is it going to take the market to understand that Trump just says whatever comes in his mind at any point of time, which is advantageous to him, and later it may not turn out to be true. I suspect that's the case here as well. Why would India do any such thing unless they got a deal? And we have not heard of any deal with India so far. So I think it is suspect. And but again, these are my personal opinions, not financial advice. Earnings are in the spotlight. Salesforce shares have rallied after a strong annual conference update. JB Hunt bet estimates and jumped over 11% in after-hours trading yesterday, while United Airlines fell on weak revenue. Now, if you look at YouTube, our own platform, it resolved a brief global outage yesterday that did not impact broader tech sector sentiment. Fortunately, I think none of our video was involved, but I was sitting there in the evening trying to look at Glenn Kirshner's video. I kept on clicking on it and I kept on getting a circle and then report the error. So I was thinking maybe it was some kind of media censorship. I was wrong. So so it's back to business, and October 16 now opens with chip stocks and AI optimisms leading the charge, cautious gains across Wall Street, and attention shifting to big earnings report and ongoing global trade and policy risks. And friends, before I get into the chat section, I just want to get something off my chest. A huge Substack article is coming on that from my side, and also a long form video. That is Sam Altman's comment today that they are not appointed the moral police for the world. Now, I don't care if ChatGPT can spew out erotica. Doesn't matter. There is already plenty of stuff out there. People can get it. What I'm worried about is the same old playbook repeating, where big tech says that we own the platform and we are not responsible for the contents. And refuge and the freedom of speech. That's what gave us this polarized world. That's what enabled Trump to become the president. And that's what we are seeing in the geopolitical chaos. Established things are being broken without any replacement. Did the society want that? Of course not. It all came because of the greed of these tech leaders to monetize the platforms. So what does the social media do? The more eyeballs it engages, the more advertisement it gets, the more revenue it gets. How do you engage eyeballs? You have to engage eyeballs with exceptional creativity. And in the absence of exceptional creativity, sensational news, horrible news, horrific um, sites, these are the things that generate a lot of eyeballs. So I think that's what was the undoing for the social media for the entire world. And even now, social media owners are not taking responsibility. I am seeing the same playbook happening in AI, and it distresses me a lot, not because of the erotica. It's because AI can become self-aware, and then it could probably end up not having any guardrails, and it may decide that humanity itself is the enemy. So I'm thinking that there are a lot of other things apart from erotica. This is the tip of the iceberg. Who cares about erotica? You already have Pornhub, and you got a whole lot of other things that are going on. A little on top of that from AI doesn't matter, but it's the attitude of these tech leaders of not taking responsibility for their platform, but looking forward to monetize it to the hilt. That is what I'm worried about. And AI is far more powerful than social media. So friends, I got that off my chest. Now let's go on to our daily morning analysis. And before I get into the analysis, I want to quickly review what our viewers are saying here. Hot Dog is saying, morning Raj and Inf. Good morning, Hot Dog. Good morning, Inf. We need enough power to power the ShareTreck machine. When will gold and silver slow down? It's got to slow down. It always does. But when? Based... who is Glenn Kirshner? Glenn Kirshner is a commentator. You can just, it is Kirshner. Anyway, Substack is happening also. Video hype. Okay, morning. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on to our analysis. S&P 500 is showing a lot of momentum. It's pretty strong today. I mean, if you look at our minor line of resistance, it's at around 6,795. And we are already at 6,740.75 in the pre-market. So today we are going to challenge this resistance, and it's going to be a pivotal moment in my opinion. And as a result of which, I think that we are going to challenge this line, and this pivotal point will determine whether we're going to come back down or we're going to go back up. Now, if we go up, our resistance will be on the top out here. And for today, I think we would have a resistance at around 6,915. If we bounce back down, I think our support will be today at 6,667.50. So that's the range that I see. You can see that the market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is still bearish, but trying to improve. Momentum is above average and picking up plenty of room on the RSI. So we'll have to see what happens today. China is playing hardball, friends. China is playing hardball. It says it can walk away from the table without a deal, right? And that's something that the market has not registered. And we are talking about TSMC earnings. I mean, China can just blow this whole thing out of water if it decides to send a few warships into Taiwan or a few planes into Taiwan, right? So it's all sitting on a powder keg, in my opinion. And I'd like to get your opinions, guys. Put it in the comment section. What do you think? Next, we have NASDAQ. NASDAQ is, right now, NASDAQ futures are up 0.57%. They're at 25,066. And where do we have our resistance for today? Our resistance for today is 25,210. So we are very much in the striking distance. And if we did strike, it would be great. Because if you look at this and think that this was a bear flag, then we are past the 50% point. So we have the capability of going bullish out here and then creating a series of bull flags after that. So I would not write out anything, but the market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is still bearish, even though improving. Momentum is above average. And will Trump and Xi ever meet? That's the big question. And if US plays hardball, and if TSMC is pushing the stock market up, China could definitely make some moves out there to reset the scores. They could do something with Taiwan. That's always a possibility. But I don't think China wants to escalate. It's being the mature player out here. And on the other hand, we are also seeing US becoming more China-like by buying shares in various companies and various sectors. And now they are talking about putting a base price on a lot of sectors so that China can't dump despite the tariffs. Now, that is like price control coming into the US market. Then the question becomes, is US still capitalistic, or is US going to be a command economy where the government is going to command all the resources, decides who produces what, how much, and who pays what for which commodity, right? Now we are going into that slippery slope. And then what happens to the valuations, price to earnings, and so on and so forth. So I think that's another aspect that we need to keep in mind. Hot Dog is saying invasion risk of Taiwan is always overblown. Taiwan is a waiting game. I agree. I don't think China is immature. China is going to play its card very well, but cards it will play for sure. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. You know better, Hot Dog, because you're in that vicinity. I'm out here in North America, but I think you got a much better sense of what's happening with Taiwan and China. I think China is playing a more responsible role out here, and US seems to be very impulsive. That's the way I look at it right now, and that's worrying me big time. Now let's go on to dollar index. Dollar index is down 0.04%. It's back down again, but it could be forming a bull flag. So I won't write out the dollar yet. Market sentiment is still bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. VIX is coming down. It's down minus 2.42%. But look at this structure. This is a bullish pennant ready to break out at any time. And if it breaks out, we'll have a breakout which will be pretty high. That means the market could crash. This is my personal opinion, friends, not financial advice. I think we are on a very critical, pivotal point, and you see gold is continuing to march upwards, right? It has not even formed a bullish pennant yet. It's just a straight bull channel going up. Now, the last bull flag that we had, I would say, I would peg it up to here. And if we were to take this up here and put it at the breakout point, then I think we have a target of 4,328.276 for gold. And it has to probably form some kind of a bullish pennant or a bullish flag here, because we are very close to the RSI ceiling from where we have bounced back before. There is still a little bit more room, and then perhaps a bull flag or a bullish pennant, and then a breakout and a movement further up. Gold movement to me tells that the market still thinks that there is a whole lot of problems underneath and anything could happen anytime. So I would be very careful in the markets today. Put call ratio has become slightly more bullish this morning, and Canadian 5-year bonds are going down further. And this is going to mean mortgage renewals will become even more cheaper. And the market is probably expecting that on the 29th, Bank of Canada would do another 25 basis point rate cut. This is all good for the real estate sector, which is really struggling. A lot of power of sales have come into the market. The numbers have gone up, even though they are small in number, but the percentage growth of power sales over what it was before is pretty high. And it's not yet scary, but we will probably get there if the rates don't come down and renewals don't become easier. Now, next, let's go on to look at the indicators themselves. And what I will say here is that we would probably be on top of this diagonal line of resistance of the parallel channel, which is 6,746.47. 6,746.47 is what we are looking at. We are at 6,741. So we are within striking distance, friends. So if our parallel channel becomes some kind of a support for us on the top of the parallel channel, if that becomes a support for us, then we'll be moving in this area where on the top we'll be bounded by this diagonal line of resistance, which for today is going to show us a resistance somewhere around 6,816. And for us today, our support is likely to be 6,754 if we open above this line. So that's my verdict for today. I'm just adjusting this line a little bit, extending it out. Same is the case for NASDAQ. We are already above this, and our support for today is going to be 24,733.06, and our resistance for today is going to be 25,309. And QQQ is showing that we are going to open higher today. It's up 0.43% in pre-market trades, and our support today is going to be 600.20, and our resistance today is going to be 615.29. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is above average, it's picking up. So we'll see probably the first half of the day will see us going up, and the second half of the day is likely to see us coming back down. That's my feeling. AI, NVDA is up 1.06%. Why not? But it still has this resistance out here at 183.57. So I'm going to mark that as red. So this is the resistance, 183.57 for today. And the support for today is 173.91. And Meta is up 0.39%. It is still consolidating in this area. And we have a target out here of 652.06. I think we are working towards that. This consolidation could probably break down on the lower side because we are on a bear flag. Next, we go to Google. Google is up 0.66%. And now, today, if we close above 252.71, I would say this diagonal line of resistance would be confirmed as a diagonal line of support. So I'm marking it as a support right now. We'll see if we confirm. But look at the market sentiment. It is bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is pretty good. So there is a lot of mending going on. But will it be sufficient? That is the question. In the past, we had gone down and come back into the wedge. So we are not yet ready to break the wedge. So let us see what happens today. Amazon is up 0.25%, but I still think it's on the way to 207.07. And we got Apple, which is up 0.18, and it's going to get support today at 249.75. It's up 249.79 in pre-market trades. So this diagonal line of resistance will become a support today, but are we going to confirm about it? That is the big question. So we'll check it out. A few more candles will give us that evidence. Microsoft is up 0.11% in pre-market trades. Today, the resistance is 514.95. We're at 514.02. If we break this resistance, I think the next resistance for us today is going to be 519.46. If we do not break this, then I think our support is going to be somewhere in the region of, I would say, 506.96. Tesla is up 0.16% in pre-market trades. It's already confirmed above this diagonal line of support from the previous channel. So I'm just going to pull this out further, and I'm going to leave it as a long channel so that we know that we are going to be bouncing below this. But in the next few days, if we start consolidating a little bit and then breaking out on the upside, that could form the foundation for further upsides for Tesla. But if you look at what is happening in the indicators, you can see that the market sentiment is almost close to neutral. MACD is bearish, and momentum is above average, but it's a little flat. So let us see what happens this morning. And Oracle is up 1.30%. I think Oracle has managed to steadily gain. It has got the support from this diagonal line of support, even though it has not confirmed. So we'll see if it can confirm in the next few days. AMD happens to be up, happens to be down 0.04% in pre-market trades. It has still got support at 236.63. So I'm going to mark it as a support. Right now, pre-market is at 238.60. SMCI is up 0.52% in pre-market trades. This to me seems to be like a bullish pennant out here. Let us see what happens. It needs to break out. And once the breakout happens, then we can plot some targets. But right now, the MACD is not looking that great. So that's my concern. Broadcom is up 1.41% in pre-market trades. It has become 1.45%. And you can see that it's come very close to the close of 13th of October 2025. So once it breaks out above that and closes above that, we'll start creating new highs. And then our next challenge will be 373.56. So today seems to be positive. Market sentiment, even though bearish, is improving. MACD has just about become bullish, and momentum above average and is picking up. So Broadcom is looking good for today. Palantir is up 1.05%. We removed the cup and handle target. But if we were to break out of this resistance out here at 189.52, I'll reinstate the targets. We are consolidating a lot. I don't know for what, but this is pretty good for Palantir. Today it's up 1.09%. SMH is up 1.19%. SMH will determine where the index goes as well, because it represents all the semiconductors. Semiconductors are moving the market. So it is range bound. It is stuck between a resistance of 346.65 and a support of 336.98. And right now in pre-market session, it's just below 346.65. It's at 345.85. So if we get pushed down by this resistance, we'll come down to 336.24. If not, we'll try to convert this resistance at 346.65 into a support. And we will have resistance from this diagonal line of resistance, which for today is going to be at 348.32. Tempus AI is trying to make some moves out here. It's bounced off the support of 90.12, and it has, in my opinion, it's almost confirmed this support, but it closed a little bit below. Let us see what happens today. If we manage to close above 93.92, I would say that we have confirmed the support out here, and then it would be an opportunity to buy. That's my opinion. Now let's go on and have a look at Genomics. In Genomics, we have Prime, which is up 0.63%. Prime seems to be doing well. This is the bull flag, and I think we have broken out of a bull flag. Let me draw the lines out here. This is one line, and this is the other. So if I was to take the flagpole and measure it out and put it out here, I would say that we are looking at 7.80. So 7.80 is my new target, and our old target of 7.23 now comes back into focus because we are moving first towards 7.23 and then towards 7.83. So everything will be exposed to us step by step as we go ahead. Intelia is up 0.46%. It's already had a breakout. So let's plot the target out here. And this, in my opinion, is the flagpole. So if I put the flagpole out here, we would have a target of around 29.97 for Intelia. All of these are my personal opinion. There's a probability that we would reach that number. It's not a guarantee. We have a huge candle out here, but it has not yet taken out the topping tail. So we'll have to wait to see if we can take out the topping tail. Today we are flat in pre-market trade. So I'm going to wait for that to happen before making any predictions. Beam is up 0.37% in pre-market trades. Altimmune is up 0.50, still going along this gentle bull channel. It's starting to look good. Editas is up 1.23% in pre-market trades. So here we have this bull flag for which we had a target of 4.50 and we did not meet the target. Then we started dropping down. So right now we are seeing a pickup out here. So it's no longer a bull flag. Let us see how this develops. Is it going to be a consolidation, or is it going to be the formation of a bullish pennant or something? We'll watch that. Illumina is up 0.35% in pre-market trades. It still has got resistance today at 93.73. It's at 93.33. So I'm just going to mark this red for now. Then we have CRISPR Therapeutics, which is down 1.06%. It still continues to have a support somewhere around 67.50, and it would face initial resistance at around 75.24. Allogene is flat in pre-market trades. Now let's look at Grail. This is the interesting part. So Grail has crossed over and it has extinguished the top of this particular candle. It was not a topping tail, but to me, it seemed a little bit bearish. So I'm feeling much more comfortable about Grail right now. Let us watch a few more candles to see how it develops. Now, if I was to consider this to be a bull flag, then this breakout would tell me that we are looking at a target of 81.34. So let's watch out for that. PSCB is up 1.15% in pre-market trades. I don't have any chart pattern out here to talk about. RTG is up 0.68% in pre-market trades. I still don't know what it's going to do out here. I I don't think that this whole thing is a bull flag. So if this part was a bull flag, then we had a breakout. And then what is this? Right. So I'm a little bit confused with this one. So I'm going to let it be. I'm not going to make any assessment out there. Vertex is still having resistance at 413.64, and it has got support at 403.08. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 2.02% in pre-market trades. This diagonal line of support is still going to play a huge role at 14.83 today. And we have Unicure, and Unicure is up 0.14% in pre-market trades. Let's go on to Precision. Precision is flat in pre-market trades, and it has to break out 3.66 in order to build a foundation, and then it has to confirm 3.66 as a support. That's the challenge for Precision today. Will it be able to do that? Let us watch as the candles develop. Eli Lilly is in the regression channel, nicely back into the regression channel. We have been inside the regression channel for a long time. We have not been able to confirm about it. And today we are forming some kind of a bear flag, in my opinion. We had a potential to do a bull flag, but that didn't happen. Now, let's go on to Iowa. Iowa is up 0.89% in pre-market trade. And I want to look at RAD. RAD is, it has got no trades in pre-market, but I think it is starting to move towards a comprehensive target of 35.02. I do have RAD in my portfolio. I'm holding on to it. Let us see what happens. If we meet the target of 35.04, then I'll start looking for new chart pattern, either bullish or bearish, to see what happens. Now, after that, I'd like to look at RKT, and RKT is up 0.84% in pre-market trade, but I think this is a bear flag. And Hot Dog is saying, can we look at Alibaba? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's go back into the futures, and in futures, I have Baba out here. Okay, Baba. So the way I would look at it, right, I could be wrong, but I would say that we have a huge bull flag out here. And if this is the bull flag, then if the flagpole, then this is the bull flag. But we have a topping tail out here, which has not been taken out. So I think that the topping tail would still reign supreme over this chart until we take out the topping tail. Okay, so this is my feeling. And I'm thinking that market sentiment is bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is just at average. So I would like to see more candles on Baba before making any call on it. It is bearish in my opinion. Hot Dog, if you have a different opinion, please share that, because I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm going to look at Billy. I still have Billy shares. I have got... It's underwater right now, I must confess. I made a mistake out there. I prematurely bought it, assuming it will go to $32. But unfortunately, it has come down. So we'll see what happens. This seems to me to be a bearish flagpole. I'd like to see some kind of improvement out here. Need to see more candles. Overall, the market sentiment is really bad for Billy. Yeah, it will. I think it could fall more. Yeah, I think it could fall more. Baba could fall more. Hot Dog, what is your opinion on Billy? Are you following Billy at all at your side? Tech Focus came in, brought that to my attention. Now he has vanished. Okay, let's go on to currencies. Let's look at Bitcoin USD. Bitcoin USD is starting to show signs of life with a gain of 0.56%. Our biggest challenge is still going to be this diagonal line of resistance. And we also have developed, I think, a bearish flagpole. So we have to see if we have a bearish pennant forming out here, which is quite possible, because if you look at this, right? So now what could easily happen is something like this, right? So that could be bearish pennant. And if something goes on like this, that could be a bear flag. Now, both of those are negative prospects. So I wouldn't venture much about Bitcoin for now. Ethereum is up 1.47%. And this was a bear flagpole. and then we went up. And if I consider this to be a new flagpole, I think we are dangerously close to the 50% of that new flagpole. So I would like to wait and watch a few more candles for Ethereum. I cannot make a call on that. XRP USD is up 1.62%. Boy, XRP does fall real hard when it does. It's looking pretty bad at this point of time to me. So that's all I got here, my friends. Let me go back to the futures and have a look at other items that we had seen. SPRB, Spruce Biosciences. Spruce Biosciences seems to be making a bullish pennant, and if it breaks out, it will break out on the upside. That is the probability out there. So I think it's high time I have a look at Spruce Biosciences and see what the excitement is all about. My earlier conclusion was that it has got very low share float, and as a result of which the share price is quite high, which means there is possibility of splits. Okay, a split has already happened. Yeah, so I'll do a little bit of search on that probably in the weekend. Hot Dog is saying, don't know much about Billy. Okay, no worries. No worries. So guys, so this is all I got. And I think I'd like to end the session now. And I'll catch up with you later on. And if any of you are interested in reading, just check out my Substack. It is ShareTreck.substack.com. I'd be very grateful. It's free, and you can just go in there. You get more details in there than you get in my long form videos, especially on topic specific videos. Take care. See you later. Bye for now.